Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chatting Blues. Before we get into this evening's episode, can you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment in the comments section. Apologies first and foremost for not doing the instant match reaction last night after Blues failed miserably last night at the Den, losing 3-0. It ended Millwall 3, Birmingham 0. We will get into the bones of the game. I've also just quickly, I've just put I've pinned. If you want to call in, phone in. You don't have to have your camera on, or if you want to have your camera on, that's okay. It's at the top of the comment section. So if you press on that, you will come on. You go in like a waiting room, and then I'll bring you on. So we've got the talented Mr. Ripley in the waiting room as well. So we'll bring him on. So that's Stu. Bring him on in a bit. So anyone wants to come on, just press on that link and it'll bring you on. Okay, so let me just share my screen quickly with you guys. As I said, like 3-0, really just my overall thoughts of it before we get into the lineup was just really disappointed. You know, the results didn't go our way on Tuesday night, but you expect that. I think over the last 2 or 3 weeks, certain results in terms of the playoff push have gone our way. On Tuesday night, they didn't. And we really need to step it up and kind of go to Millwall, kind of make a statement, win, or at least go there and get a point. I kind of had a feeling that Millwall would be up for this after losing 3-1 to Portsmouth. But we went there, and in fact, let's just get into the lineup first. So we made a couple of changes. So we've seen Beadle in goal, Wagner left back, Panzo and Clara as the 2 centre backs, Brighter Side Samuel as right back, John Solis and Tomoki Wata as the 2 sixes. We've seen the change. I think Osman came in for Gray. Stansfield came in for Deutsch. So Stansfield was the 10, sorry, and Sensei out on the right, and Augustus Prisk up top. And kind of like when the team sheet came out, I couldn't really moan. Really, there wasn't really anything that I'd say I'd have changed. Do you know what I mean? I know a lot of the Davis haters were straight in the comments like, "Why change a winning team?" And I kind of get that to a certain point, and kind of with hindsight, maybe I don't even know whether keeping Deutsch in would have made any difference. If I'm being honest, the fact of the matter is we needed to be physical. We needed to be at the races. It's Millwall away. Do you know what I mean? You know what to expect. And for me, it was just a massive wake-up call for the new guys. Like Vicente, Prisk, John Solis got absolutely just ran all over. Don't get me wrong, John Solis has been a great signing for Blues. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you thought of the game last night. He just looked so. I'm going about Solis now. He looked so. They just didn't give him a minute on the ball. Do you know what I mean? Pressured him, 2 or 3 players on him. Picking up a yellow early on, then picking the red up just after half time. Vicente getting pushed off the ball. And you need to be physical. You need to be physical when you go to a big, strong team. You look at the Millwall side. There's no real stars. There's a lot of championship experience in their starting 11, but their wage bill compared to ours, I guarantee our wage bill will be 3 times theirs. Granted, we've got Prisk, who's a young lad. Vicente's a young lad. Osman, Solis, Beadle. Beadle picking up a 5.1. Everyone was like, after the nose game, Beadle. I don't know why everyone was going on about Allsop and that. Look, I don't think he was to blame for any of the goals, but his distribution again was just wayward, and a couple of times where the ball was played back to him. No, they pressed quite well. Millwall did. They didn't really give us a moment on the ball. Not so much. Not so much when we was playing out. I thought a couple of times in that first half we played out quite well. Do you know what I mean? It was kind of when it got into Solis or Water that there was just pressing, and they'd be on the break kind of thing. And Vicente, Prisk, Osman, Solis just got bullied, in my opinion. Absolutely got bullied. Do you know what I mean? Okay, let's just quickly just have a look at the stats. I mean, the match momentum. If you look at it, there wasn't that much in it in terms of dominating the ball and kind of they just made good their chances. You know, they had a game plan and they executed it brilliantly. I thought we started off okay. You know, we settled into the game really well, and then was it a 0-0 Stansfield had that chance, and you know, I've seen in on social media that Stansfield should have squared it, and at the time I thought that, and then I've watched it back, and we will look at the goals in a minute, guys. I've watched it back, and I think Prisk, his movement should have been a little bit better. Whereas he ran it into the defender, he could have pulled back, giving Stansfield the opportunity to slide it in. I don't know. Maybe we'll look at the goal in a bit. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've only seen it back once. So so they get their goal. Femi Aziz, great goal. Took it really well. Can't knock him. Maybe should have been closed down sooner. And then Tristan Kramer gets a second on 31 minutes, and you know you kind of think, you know, it's a tough game anyway. We're 2-0 down at half time. After 30 minutes, it's a tough ask. And you know, we get into half time, and I said to Stu, you know, the changes I make, if I remember correctly, I wasn't pleased with brighter side Samuel, so I'd have brought Laird on. I'd have brought Tommy Doyle on, and I'd have brought Damari Graham at half time. I don't think he made any changes at half time, but he did make them kind of changes further on in the game. But you know, we lose the game on 49 minutes, which was a weak goal, and then we get John Solis sent off on 53 minutes. And the game's over, really, guys. You know, 49% possession for us, 51 for them. Expected goals, 49 for them, 51 for us. Expected goals, 1.35 to our 0.12. I mean, I can't even remember, apart from the Stansfield shot, I can't remember another shot on target or another chance for us, to be honest. 11 shots for them, 5 for us. 4 big chances for them, 0 for us. And yeah, man, just I don't know whether you call it a wake up call. Just for me, a sobering kind of thing for the new players. I don't want to keep putting it on the new players, but you know, when you go to Millwall, you expect that you're going to be up for a battle, and these guys were second balls we was losing. You know, it was just a bit of a shambles performance from Blues, if I'm being honest. You know, I'm going to get into some comments now. You're right, Choose, how are you, mate? You're right, Calv, how are you, brother? So we've got Man at the Ground as well. So Shay's going to come on as well. Shay went to the game last night, sorry. So it'd be good to hear kind of his view on the game. You're right, Blue Shadow. You're right, Brummy's owner. If you want to help the channel out, guys, there's super chat and super thanks. If you want to help out that way, there's the like button. There's also just hit the subscribe bell, and there's also the join button as well, guys. So we will be giving things away as well. What did we give away last week? The flag to Ben Padley. So okay, Brummies is saying should be starting also. Beadle's kicking is absolutely horrendous. Yeah. I mean, Like, I don't really want to put it on one player. I thought everyone had a mare from his own. I thought everyone had a shocker. But you know, everyone that watches me has always said, you know, I'd always start all top over Beadle for me. You know, I don't think that none of the goalkeepers are great, but it is what it is. Yeah, definitely Carroll, man. Carroll pointing out again, Beadle needs to be dropped. You're right, Paul. Hi, Nick. Just thought they did a number on us. I think it was a new experience for a few of ours. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, like I was kind of questioning, like, did Chris Davis, you know, pull him aside and say, listen, this is like a different kettle of fish here. You know, they're not that talented, Millwall, but you've got to be up, you know, in terms of physicality, winning your second balls, and we just weren't up for it in my eyes. So I don't know whether that was pointed out to her. 12 games. You're right, John Away, mate. 12 games left. Plenty of points to play for. Teams above us will have wobbles like we did last night. Just got to keep plugging away. Do you know what? Like I was thinking, John, like Wrexham just are not giving up, are they? They're just relentless, you know. Because for some mad reason in the back of my mind, I've always thought like Wrexham will slip up, and they might well do. Do you know what I mean? They might well do, but they just keep winning and turning results out each and every week. So I've always, I don't know, it must be, mate. For some reason, I've always thought that Wrexham will slip out of it. But you know, after these, especially these last 3 or 4 games, I think Wrexham will make the playoffs. You know, I was kind of hoping that Hull will get dragged into it. You know, and they still might, but you know, they win on Tuesday night. Is it Tuesday night? Yeah, Tuesday night. Yeah, XG of 0.12. Crazy, man. Um, how many wake up calls do we need? We've been awful away from home, apart from the wins against teams in the relegation zone. It's a good point, mate. You know, a lot of our points have been picked up against lower, like teams lower in the league. Okay, let me just start that. Let's just quickly recap. Okay, let's just recap what went on last night, and then we'll bring the guys on. So let me share my screen, because some people I know didn't manage to get to watch the game last night. Okay, so let's just look at these goals. In a second, guys. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why that's been. Okay. No, it's a great finish. Let's not get it twisted. You know, we're not going to keep replaying them because I'm sure everyone's seen them. But just quickly on Kai Wagner as well. I thought Kai Wagner only had his work cut out last night. You know, up against the guy what scored the goal there, Aziz. I thought he had a real tough night, Kai Wagner, and I also thought brighter side Samuel had a tough night against their left winger. This is their second goal, guys. Now, I did say to Stu, like, where's the wall? And you know, like he's going to take a shot from there, especially when you've got a wall of 2 men. And it was weird because then I was thinking, like, I remember Blues posting on their LinkedIn page, they're after a set piece coach. And I was thinking, fucking hell. But I remember when Blues done that, they posted about having we need a set piece coach. Like, uh, like, don't you know anyone in the game what wants to be a piece coach at Blues? I thought that was wild anyway. And then when you're seeing things like this, because the first goal came from, I think it was a second phase corner. mean, look at that for a wall. Do you know what I mean? It's a wild, and we didn't react quick enough either. So have a quick look at the third. Can't even remember their third. Sorry, I'll get rid of that. Okay, this is their third. Another set piece, guys. Another set piece. Mm. And you kind of think, fucking hell, I'm so glad I never went to that game. Do you know what I mean? I never shared it, did I? I didn't share all them goals. Fucking hell. Sorry, I've just chatted a load of waffle then. Just that was shocking anyway, guys. Really, really shocking, man. Um, okay, so let me just get into comfort. How many wake up? Yeah, I read that tonight. Sorry, I didn't share that. Okay, so yeah, there was all shocking goals from set pieces, basically. Sorry, I went through them. Yeah, so definitely was a shock, and it wasn't expecting that scoreline. 100%, mate. 100%. Wish you all the best. Proper fans, keep right on. Yeah, nice one, Ben. Thanks ever so much, mate. I mean, fair play to Millwall for keeping the bar open downstairs as well. I've been to Millwall a few times on the night, and the bar's not been open. Underneath in the finger. So at least people was able to get a drink and stuff like that. Most talented and hard-working Millwall team in decades. Yeah, I mean, like that's what you expect from Millwall, don't you? That's what you expect, man. And I can't like it does me head in that we weren't prepared for this. Do you know what I mean? You're right. Oh, hello, Nick. Same old story. I've never had my high hopes being a veteran supporter like yourself, but maybe next year. Yeah, just talking about kind of like our playoff chances and kind of. I was speaking to someone today actually, and I think more so we should be prepared for next season. For me personally, like I wouldn't be gutted if we didn't get playoffs this season or didn't get promoted. Do you know what I mean? I think next season's our season. If we get a couple of free players in the August in the summer, sorry, we'll be fine. Do you know what I mean? Um, John saying yes, Wrexham are going unbelievably well. I thought they'd struggle stepping up. Fair play to them. They spent well and are looking likely to be in the top six. Definitely, mate. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I didn't. I don't know if it's worth showing the footage now. Yeah, we weren't the best, was he? Panzo, he had a bit of a shocker as well. Yeah, man. One sec. Yeah, Panzo had a bit of a mare, but they all did. Dry juice, no, yeah. Um, right, shall I just quickly show you the goals? Because I feel a bit of a cunt not showing you the goals, and then we'll get the guys on. So let me just hide that one sec. Let me just share this with you guys. Um, yeah, we'll just show what we'll do is we'll just show won't show the replays. Sound.
But not sure there was much he could do to keep that one out. Well, it's his 8th goal of the season, Femi Aziz, his first here since the end of November. And it was,
like I said, Kai Wagner had his work cut out on this left hand side there. It was probably one of his toughest games he's had.
Struck with real quality from the winger.
Great strike from Aziz. I think it was man of the match, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Man of the match in my eyes. Their second was this chat.
Half an hour.
I mean, again,
Have a two-goal buffer after half an hour.
Sorry, set piece, sorry. And where's the wall? Do you know what I mean? Like I mentioned, let's have the wall.
Oh, it's a sensational strike from Femi Aziz, Matt. I don't know if James Beadle's got a touch on it, onto the post.
Slow to react as well to second balls, like it was all night. And the third one, again from another set piece. Let's have a quick look at this. Okay, but another set piece.
Need to try and keep it tight for as long as possible. So to concede a goal within the first 4 minutes of the restart, particularly from a set piece, Chris Davis will be really, really disappointed with that.
It looked like the ball was dead as it deflected towards the...
I mean, if you have a look here, just notice, look at Solis's header away as well. He had a mare, Solis did. He really did. Look at Solis's header.
It looked like the ball was dead as it deflected towards the byline, but Kramer kept it alive and put it on the plate for his centre-back partner, Jake Cooper, to slide in his third of the season.
Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. Fucking nightmare. Let me just see where it was. Right, start that. So let's bring Stu on. How are you, brother?
Getting better, man. You?
Yeah, I'm not bad.
Just got laughing, yeah. Drain juice.
Drain juice, and it's a wild type, isn't it? That's class, man.
No,
so
what, was it?
No, man, not the best. So look, what went wrong, Stu?
I don't know, mate. I personally, I kind of been thinking a lot about it, well, a fair bit, and I don't know. Would you? I think knowing what kind of game you're going to be in for at Millwall, right? Knowing that we beat them 4-0, they're going to be baying for blood, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe, I don't know whether he had them wound up for it, whether like certain players knew what they was going to expect from the game or what, you know, but I don't. I think they looked like bleeding rabbit in headlights, some of them. You know,
they did, yeah.
Osman, I mean, he's good, man, but like they was doubling up on him. You know, Gray had more joy in the second half when we was down to 10 men.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, would you not play Gray for the first 45 and then be like, and then Osman once Gray's worn them down and stuff, because you've got Dimmy's like obviously got a lot more experience in he.
Yeah. Would
know what the game's about.
Yeah.
And you know, it's things like that for me. You know, whether they're kind of like fully briefed on what to expect in the game, how it's going to be, how hard it's going to be, how physical they're going to be, how much more they're going to want it because we stuffed them 4-0. Fair play to them, mate. But I thought we was I thought for the first 20-25 minutes we was all right. I mean, Clara was having a battle with their number 19. Is it Coburn?
Coburn, yeah. First half,
there's a proper tussle going on there. We played ourselves from the back out of trouble a couple of times. There was one nice spell on about 20 minutes where they was knocking it around at the back and they was pressing us harsh.
Yeah.
To get out and get up. But, you know, you say Stansfield's half chance. Well, chance, really. Should he have passed it? Looks to me, and from what other people have said as well, that he should have done. You know, don't know whether he's being selfish there or whether he's seen something that we didn't, whether he thought Prisco was like offside or whatever. But I don't know, mate. Would Marvellous would the duck have been better from the off and then bring Stano on in the second half? And just for me, it's those those little things that could just give you an edge in certain areas. Like I said, Gray's experience on the left. Come on,
when the lineup come out, nice one, Blue Shadow. Thanks ever so much. She's gifted someone a month's membership, so really appreciate that, man. Enough love, man. Stu, from when you seen the lineup, was you questioning it at all, or was you just like, nah, that's okay, or did you think like you should have started Gray?
At the time, no, not really, because they played pretty well at Norwich, didn't they? And and you think at Leeds as well that they played well, and those players have done good and that. But that's what makes me think more along the lines of like what was said in the dressing room before. Did he get them up for it? Did he wall them up and say, "Listen, man, they're going to get fucking into you," which they did. It was proper physical, weren't it? Really?
Yeah, proper.
And they've got some big units. I mean, their right back Leonard, is it as well? I mean, he's a big unit.
Yeah, man.
And they weren't afraid to get stuck in and leave a bit on us. I mean, look at Wagner. Probably we don't know what's the matter with him. A shoulder injury. Hope it's not dislocated, but
he had a tough game, didn't he, Wagner? Sure. Did you think he had a tough night, man?
Yeah, but then I think they obviously had a really strong game plan of like how to nullify us.
Yeah.
When we get up on the wings and Osman got the ball, like get the second man on him, don't give him space, close him down, try and nullify him and stop him from exploiting down the wings too much. And I think they muscled us in midfield. Every area really. But like their goals, I mean, there was good strikes, but it's kind of like we should have done better. I mean, the first goal, there was a throw in that got cleared. It's got to there, man. He's put it back down their right hand side, our left. Kai Wagner didn't deal with it, and then like it's a header and a bang into the net, innit?
Yeah.
I don't think Beadle really is at fault for all the goals. To be fair,
no.
Do you?
No, not for the actual goals. No. I mean, Blues 1975. But what did Stu think of Beadle's distribution?
Again, for the first 20-25 minutes, he weren't bad. I mean, he was actually trying to pass out from the back, which he's not really done a lot of, has he? No. And he did look a bit better, but like, distribution-wise, mate, it's all sop, innit? Yeah. But, as I've said before, it ain't my choice who we put out, mate. Everyone can say, put Allsop out, but if you don't choose Allsop, then what can we do?
Yeah, no, you're totally right, man. Just touching on some of the performances. I mean, for me, like I mentioned before, you come on, Stu, like no one stood out or no one had a good game. But talk to me a little bit about John Solis and kind of, did he think he was playing for Girona again in the amount of time he thought he had on the ball, and they've done a great job on Solis and watering them 2-6s, closing them down. Is that lack of experience? Is that just?
Yeah, maybe like a lack of experience in the Championship. I don't know, but yeah, mate, I just don't think they was mentally prepared, and I think they was just a bit in shock and awe. The type of game that they was in, and they weren't expecting that sort of game. Whereas you and a lot of other people know that if you go into the Den, what you're going to get. I mean, their crowd was lively, as you'd expect. You can tell that the Millwall fans were baying for blood, wanting some payback, and I think that the manager and the team were obviously all more up for it than what Blues were.
Yeah, Leo Harvey's put the new players would have not had wouldn't have a clue what it's like to play at Millwall or even at Millwall, and I think that's spot on. Do you, mate?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, didn't get them up for it.
Yeah.
I would have gave them a can of Red Bull each, like an hour before.
Yeah.
Played some heavy metal fucking music and stuff,
Yeah.
and got them all bouncing off the bleeding walls, and then sent them out.
Yeah.
You
I mean, you mentioned Ryan Leonard. Is it Ryan Leonard, their right
Yeah,
back, who was up against Osma? And he's been around for years, isn't he, Leonard? Really good championship
This
player.
is it, though, isn't it? And this is kind of like where Wrexham are doing it as well, because they've brought in the experienced championship, level journeymen, as they say, in it. The ones who know what the league's about. They've got experience. I mean, how old's that Leonard? Probably, 30, 33?
33, I think he's,
There you go.
Yeah.
Men against boys in some areas, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of, well, I don't know if we laugh, but I know in the summer, I was thinking, fucking hell, Wrexham are getting all the old has-beens here. And then they recruited again, kind of a similar sort of recruitment strategy of championship players, what have gained promotion or a good championship quality. And it's proving to kind of work for them. Do you know what I mean, Stu? And you kind of touched on that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we've gone down a bit of a different rate, haven't we? When we've had a lot of turnover in players and everything like that. So, there is that aspect, and players coming from like other leagues into the championship. Where, like you say, like Wrexham and some of the other teams, they've built and brought in players who are journeymen in this league, and know that they can do a job for like a season, 2 seasons, get them up and near where they want to be, and stuff. So not to moan too much, but perhaps we are a bit sort of like lacking that championship strength and tenacity in midfield. But then we're building. Aren't we?
Yeah, we're building. I think we're going kind of the long route in terms of, not the long route, but I think like the likes of Vicente, the likes of Solis, Prisk, Wagner to a certain degree, that you could take them into the Premier League. If I mean, I've got a mad feeling that we'll get top 2 next season last year. I've kind of not ripped this season off. If we do make the playoffs and we have a go at it sound, but I think more so next season. Do you know what I mean? Just quickly, Blue Shadow, but we've done them at our ground, and they returned the karma. They had a point to prove, like you said, after they lost the weekend. As for us, we just didn't seem interested.
Fair enough.
Yeah. You can't really grumble with that, can you? What she said.
But yeah, I just think like we was out muscled, we was out for. They had more desire for it than what we did. Going back to sort of like set plays and their set pieces, mate. They're like their balls in. The angles and the weight on the balls and that were I thought, spot on. I mean that it bloody Solis off the back of his head, didn't it?
Yeah.
But the second one, and they're all kind of like thinking it's going to go out. And fair play to their, whoever it was, he kept the ball alive, and that was the third, weren't it? I think.
Yeah. Just
But
quickly on this, the lads are saying in the comments about this guy, and I don't agree with this. Like, so it was some young kid, and this, I get this is what young kids do. So it wasn't a West Ham fan, Lee. It was a Blues fan, putting the West Ham logo on his phone, then showing it to the Millwall fans, which I just think that's just ridiculous and just so petty. But I get it's like the kind of the young era. He had a face mask on and a Stone Island jumper and all that game. It was just ridiculous, really. But yeah, man. Let's just go for some comments. I would rather have Phil Parkin. Come on, mate. I don't know. Do you know what I did notice? Like in the comments after the So what I done, Stu, was when we lost, like as you know, I just thought I can't be asked. I'd had a bit of a bad day, and then Blues turned that performance. I just thought I can't be asked. Come on, and I read I read about 2 comments, and I thought I'm not even going any further. Chris Davis is out his depth, and I think fucking hell, man. Like they're just waiting in night to pounce. We've been like 8 unbeaten in the league, I think it is. And you could the people what are I'm not saying you're Chris Davis out from his hand, but the fans what are Chris Davis out. You could win every game from now until the last game of the season, lose the last game of the season, and they still want him out. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking nuts, man. What else do you do?
I think, like you were saying, it's kind of like you got to look. We've just come off that run of decent games and decent results, and for me, I'm just thinking like this is like a very severe like pothole. We fucking got nearly lost a wheel.
Yeah.
But mate, Monday's another game, innit? So. But it's just kind of like, again, injuries are mounting up in it. Like you were saying that you'd have Laird on. You would have took Bright off and put Laird on. Well, if that had happened and then Wagner gets that injury, we ain't got no fucking left back, have we?
Yeah. Just quickly on Wagner, do you know the extent of his injury, or is there anything come out about his injury? Is he going to be out for Monday, do you know, mate?
Oh, who knows, mate? I mean, it's Blues in it, so they're notoriously tight-lipped, I think, isn't they? You don't really get anything coming out of them. But, all they were saying last night was, it's a shoulder injury. We'll have it assessed and he'll get looked at, sort of thing. So, who knows? But, I mean, come Monday, he could be in the starting 11, don't you? Don't know.
Yeah.
But if he isn't, who do you have there?
Maybe Robinson. Someone to put there. Laird right back, Robinson left back. I agree with that. I think Robinson's chomping at the bit. I'd put Robinson left back. I'd bring Laird on. I think Laird's now fit and raring to go. I'd do that, mate. If anything.
But would you give Laird the first 45 and then swap him for Bright, or?
Maybe, yeah. I'd probably. Yeah, or vice versa. Start Bright side Samuel. I don't know. I might even start Laird. He's been back in training a few weeks now. I guarantee, mate, he'll be buzzing to get back at St Andrews in front of a home crowd. So maybe start Laird. If Wagner's not fit, put Robinson left back. Kind of keep that side tight, and then attack down the right hand side. So just quickly moving on to Monday before we finish off, Stu. Is this just a blip, a pothole in the road?
Well, we hope so, don't we? But who knows, mate? We go to the game, and St Andrews is a different thing, innit? Really, Monday night under the lights, probably be pissing it down. So.
Yeah.
Who knows? We hope so, mate. There's still a lot of football, isn't there? 36 points. Come on, let's not blow it out of proportion. It was shit. We ain't great away anyway, but I just think they should have been a bit more geared up for it than what they was. Yeah, it ain't done yet, is it? Until it's mathematically impossible for us to get into the playoffs, then we're in with a chance, ain't we?
All right, sure. Then I'll put you on the spot here now. At percentages to get promoted, obviously out of 100%. What would you put Blues at now as it stands going into Monday's game? I mean, we could potentially be 8 points off 6th going into Monday's game. So if you had to give a percentage now of Blues getting promoted, not getting promoted, so getting into the playoffs.
Getting into the playoffs. So I think we've got about what? After last night, I think we took a bit of a dent. Last night, before last night's game, I would have said we've probably got about 75-8% chance. I still think we've got about 60, maybe 65.
Yeah.
It depends, Danny. I mean, we have 1 week where results seem to go our way, and then this week, Tuesday, nothing really went our way at all, did it?
No.
So, we'll see how the weekend goes on, don't it? If we're lagging a bit further behind, then there's a bit more on it on Monday. But we're still in touch, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're still in touch.
Still in touch.
Obviously,
I think really, like, we play these games and we see where it is, like, come the international break. And then after the international break, it's the last run then, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we hope
then
we've got a few more players back and, we can really kick on.
No, nice one, Stu. Really appreciate you coming on, mate. And
all good, man. Looking forward to the other guys coming on.
Yeah. So we're going to get man in the ground on it. As soon as
you were saying he was there, weren't he? So
he was there, so we'll see what they're going
to gauge more.
Yeah, man.
Well, it was a pleasure.
Nice one, Stu. Appreciate you, mate. Speak to you soon, mate.
Bye-bye.
God bless. Yeah, nice one, Stu. Always good to hear about Stu. So we'll just go through a couple of comments. Just wanted to go back to one that Carol put, which Blue Shadow. So Carol agreed I'd rather wait it out another year or so till we're ready for the Premiership, rushing to get up their own rip us to pieces in the long run. Yeah, I think that kind of with the younger players as well, they need a good season and a half in the Championships. If they went up to the Premier League, I mean, you look at the likes of Priest, Wagner, even Wagner, Vicente, Solis. It's too early for them. Although I want us to challenge for top six. Do you know what I mean? I really do, but. It wouldn't really bother me that much. I know some people are fucking devastated if we don't get playoffs. Well, yeah, let me just start that and let's bring man at the ground in. How are you, mate?
What's happening?
You all right?
All right.
Yeah, Sam. So you went last night, Shay. Just quickly, like your thoughts on the overall performance and what you thought last night.
I think it was just one of them days, wasn't it? Just a bad day at the office. We're just hoping that it's just a blip. Like you were saying, just that it was like 8 games unbeaten, wasn't it? So even to go on that kind of run, you've done well already, ain't ya? Obviously, going to Millwall, some of the players have never even played there before. After they probably, like you said, they probably ain't even heard of Millwall, to be honest. So.
Yeah.
But I think it was just a blip in the road, I do. I think Monday, mate, they're going to be right up for it now, especially after that. But the only worry for me is obviously Solis got the red card, didn't he? So obviously he's out now.
Yeah.
So
what would you do there in terms of, like, Solis is obviously 100% out because of the red card. We don't know so much about Wagner. What would you do in the two sixes in terms of, like, so we start?
I'll take if Wagner can't play, I'll put Jack Robinson left back, and I'll put Laird for Brighty Size Samuel. I would.
Yeah. What about where we're missing Solis? Like I just mentioned, who would you bring in for Solis and Matt? Yeah.
The only options you've got really is just putting Doyle in a Watter there, ain't ya? Because Pike ain't there. So.
Yeah, I thought Doyle done all right, when he come on, Shy. I thought Doyle done all right, mate, considering we had 10 men.
Yeah, I do as well. And to be fair, mate, Doyle in there ain't really, he ain't the worst of the worst, is it? We could have had a worse player in there, but obviously you want Solis there for his presence, you know what I mean, with how big he is and stuff. So, but personally, mate, I'll just brought Stansfield on later on in the game and started with Dutch. I would have. And what I saw from that pass, mate, he should have just passed it, squared it, and it would have been a goal.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he was being
Different.
too greedy, too selfish.
What about Osman and Damari Gray? Kind of like, he started Osman the other night, last night, sorry. Going into Monday now, would you start Damari Gray?
I'd start Damari Gray over Osman, yeah. I think he should have started Damari Gray yesterday, to be honest, as well.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely be thinking about taking Asai Samuel out for Laird, 110%.
Yeah.
But it's going back to this goalkeeping situation again, and who do you have in the goal? Because, all right, Beadle had a good performance on Saturday. He did well. He made a couple of good saves, but his distribution, mate, shocking. So, but obviously we're not the manager, so we don't pick the team, do we?
No, we don't, and it's quite frustrating because I'll probably if I could put a poll up now, I'd imagine 75-80% of people would say also, but we don't see what goes on in training, so I take it that you'd bring Allsop in for Beadle.
I'd bring Allsop in for a game, I would, just to see how he does, because going off that Leeds United performance, mate, every pass, mate, was just going straight to a player's feet.
Yeah.
But I think Monday night it don't really get any harder, does it, than Middlesbrough, to be honest. But we're at home, so who knows? Hopefully we can turn it around, and hopefully it was just a little blip in the road. But there's still a chance that we can make the playoffs. So they're not out of the question yet. But like you said, mate, Wrexham just keep digging away at results.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought Wrexham, like I said, mate, I always thought Wrexham would fall away, or I don't know about Wrexham. They're just proving me completely wrong. They're just churning out results. I don't know, mate. Look, like I said, Stu, what's your chances now of making top six out of percentage wise? Now after last night's performance, sorry.
I'd say about 55-60%.
Yeah, that's what Stu said, Jen. Probably what I'd say.
Obviously, like you said, we shouldn't be bothered about other results, but if results don't go our way again this weekend, you could be 8 points off. Then you're gonna need a good decent run again, ain't you, just to get back on level points, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but there's you never know though, do you? It's football, so. But going last night, I think it was just no one was up for it. You could see that.
Talk to me a little bit about the crowd and how everyone was feeling, kind of, because you've been to the majority of home and away games, right? And we've suffered some really poor results away from home before Christmas, kind of like 3-0 against Watford, 3-0 against Sheffield United, 3-0 against Coventry. How did this result kind of go down with the fans last night?
It all started off really well, obviously, because we've just come off the back of a great win at Norwich. But as soon as the first goal went in, you could just see everyone was like, "Oh, here we are again." And then obviously it was 2, and then obviously you got a red card. So, and then obviously you come out from the second half 2-0 down. If you've got 11 men, you still think you got a chance, don't you? But I think the red card did it for us. And then you're coming out of the second half and you can see the goal straight away. It kind of just puts the nail in the coffin, doesn't it then?
Yeah, what was you like when kind of like, I mean, Solis got sent off and then we conceded the third? Was you like, fucking hell? Was you down the bar or something?
No, I was still in the ground at that time, but loads of people ended up leaving in the end. And about the 70th, 75th minute, I just just as soon as the third goal went in, you just knew it was game over, didn't you?
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%.
But they have got some the height and some of their players, mate. I'm telling you now. Like you
Big
said,
lump.
Wagner had a right tough game last night. It's the toughest game I've saw him have so far.
Yeah, it was.
But hopefully his injury's not too bad. But if he's out, if the worst comes to the worst, you're just going to have to stick Jack Robinson there, ain't ya?
Yeah. So just moving on to Monday now, then, Shay. Like, I mean, Middlesbrough are not in great form at the moment. I think they've stumbled the last 3 games. I don't think they've won in 3. Do you Monday night under the lights at St Andrews? I personally, I fancy us either.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a massive reaction after that yesterday. I think Davies would have had his say, and they're going to be right up for it now to rectify it.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Do you want to give me a scoreline before we finish off then, Shane, for Monday night? Sorry.
I reckon they'll score, but I reckon 3-1 or do.
3-1 Blues.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I reckon I reckon he takes Stansfield out for Deutsch. Puts Tamari Gray in for Osman.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And if obviously Wagner went back, put Jack Robinson there.
Yeah,
and I reckon I'd put Laird in for Asai Samuel, unless you just keep Asai Samuel there. But I wouldn't. I'd swap him for Laird personally.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with all that. So listen, nice one, Shay, for coming on, mate. I really appreciate it, man. And you obviously went to the game last night, and enough love to everyone that travelled, man. Do you know, it's a distance, really. It's South London. It's a bit of a noise to get to. What time did you get back last night? It was this morning.
2:30, 3 o'clock.
It's a mission, man. It's a mission. So hats off to you, mate. And I'll see you Monday, brother.
Yeah. See you Monday, mate.
Right, keep right on, Trevor.
Here on Matra.
That's good to get man on the ground in. So yeah, disappointing really for the lads what travelled. You know, I've done it personally myself a few times to Millwall, and I've had a couple of good nights there, good days and good nights, but the majority have been dismal really. You're right, Gary. I understand Blues will lose games, but it's how they lost. Yeah, it's the manner in which we're losing, and it goes. It's kind of like it's one of them, and it like I think I always feel this when Blues go a goal down. I think that's it. Do you know what I mean? So how they lost was pathetic and weak. Looked like a pub tea, and yes, we will lose games. But we shouldn't be beaten that easy. It was embarrassing. Yeah, it's like men against boys, mate. They absolutely out-muscled us. Do you know what I mean? And that was the thing. What I was thinking going into this game, we need to match them physically. I mean, in that first half, because we got that Osman who's come from foreign leagues. He went down so easy under a challenge from Leonard, I think it was. I was so embarrassed, and Leonard and Osman went down. I don't know if anyone else clocked this, and Leonard picked him back up. I thought, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? There was I don't know. There was a few incidences like that. You've got to know what to expect when you go into Millwall. Do you know what I mean? Newman's back in Monday. I don't know, mate. I don't know if I'll bring Newman back in. To be honest, I know Bingy didn't have a great game, Panzo, but I think we're seeing the best of Christopher Clara on that right of the 2 centre backs. So for me, you keep Clara and Panzo for me. Hats off to Shay. Yeah, you kind of keep that. Like Shay said as well. You know, for me, maybe bring Laird in right back, Robinson left back, Doyle in the centre, Gray left wing back. I don't know about Vicente and Roberts on the right. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe keep Vicente. Maybe bring Deutsch back in. I don't know. You've got options. That's a good thing. Yeah. One shot on goal, and that was the Stansfield one. Blue Shadow. It's nuts, man. We just weren't at it. We just got out for a reaction now. Yeah. Right, let me just share my screen. Is there anything else I need to show everyone? We just have a quick look at the thingies. Our next few fixtures. I don't even know our next few fixtures, really. I know we've got a finger. Middlesbrough, then Charlton, haven't we? We'll have a look at the league table. So look at our fixtures. That's shared, isn't it? Yeah. So obviously Middlesbrough. I mean, we could be potentially. I think Wrexham have got Charlton away. I think we just need to forget about everyone else and just look at Wrexham's results, because Wrexham are flying, man. Do you know what I mean? So Middlesbrough at home. Look. I fancy us anyway. I do. I fancy. I think we can beat anyone at home, and I'm going to back anyone. Do you know what I mean? Look us against Leeds. So Blues, Middlesbrough on the Monday night. I think we'll win. I think we'll get a reaction. Something was telling me 2-2. I think there'll be goals in this, but I think we'll get a win. I'm going to go 2-1 Blues here. And then the following Saturday, so that's on the Monday night. Then the Saturday, a really tough fixture away from Charlton. It's really tough to go to Charlton. Wrexham have got to go there on Saturday. We lost there in League One, didn't we? It was our first loss of the season, losing 1-0 to Charlton. Nathan Jones, another tough game. And then we've got a couple of home games, which is nice to see, in quick succession against QPR and Sheffield United. And then we go to Derby. I'm hoping to get a ticket for that. Just waiting on Daz to get back to me, actually. Just check whether he's got back to me. No, he hasn't got back to me. So I'm hoping to go to Derby at 12:30. So, yeah, it's not all over. It's obviously not all over. The league table, so it's obviously we're in 10th. 5 points behind now. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm a little bit thingy about playoffs, but it is what it is. I'm not like fucking too devastated. Let's have a look at Middlesbrough and getting on away. So this is away league table. They've played 17, won 8, drew 4, lost 5. Doing okay away from home, to be fair. They've drew the last 2 away games. I don't know what else to say, guys. I think that we'll round it off here. We'll go through these last few comments. Yeah, the atmosphere was even off the broadcast for a night game is amazing. I watched it on Thingy. I did. I follow choose, and the thing with I follow at Middlesbrough games, what I've noticed, it must be so set back that you can't really hear the atmosphere. Apparently, it's a really good atmosphere, like you said. Blues were way ahead of Wrexham. Now they look the better team. I've always Wrexham were the better mix of players in the Championship. Yeah, it's mentioned earlier, Gaz, about they've got good Championship players. Blue Shadow saying ain't been right since he's injured, but Blue knows he's blaming and called him a twat, all because he went for the shot himself. How many Blues players this season have done so? Oh, so we're going back to Stansfield. Yeah. Clara's back to not. He's been all right as the left-sided centre back, but I think he's back at his best now. John saying taking my lad to Charlton. Yeah, I've been there a few times. John, it's a good away day, to be fair. Half dreading it, to be honest. Another side that's tough to beat. Tough game, man. Manager's pretty tough. Nice one, Blues 1875. So usually, like, people just keep the like button, guys, if you can. Just help a Blues fan out. Helps with the algorithms. You know, I usually come on straight after the match, but I was so tired and I was a little bit pissed off. Just thought I can't be asked to come on at fucking 10:30 at night. Nice one, Brummy's. A great stream as always, mate. Have a good night, and you, mate. It's more, well, it would be morning there, wouldn't it? To Johnny Wheeler, only 4 miles between Charlton and Millwall, but a world difference in passion and intensity. Yeah, I mean they're both really difficult places to go to, Charlton and Millwall. Do you know what I mean? I'm hoping that the players now have had a taste of, because they're a proper championship. Do you know what I mean? Millwall and Charlton. I mean, I know Charlton have been bouncing in League One and Championship, but you know you've got to be up on your game to kind of go there and get a win. You know, look at Portsmouth, man. Amazing win that. Yeah, nice one, Choose. Mondays are 1. Yeah, let's get a bounce back, man. 2-1 Blues, Tubbs is saying. Watch all the Blues throw-ins. Yeah, man. I mentioned this as well, guys. Awful, man. The throw-ins. No one comes for the throw-ins, do they? And the free kicks, most corners, awful. Whoever is coaching them in trainer, obviously clueless. So it was Jonathan Grounds, but they put a thing in the LinkedIn. You know, LinkedIn on the, is it email LinkedIn? I don't know, where you get jobs from and stuff. Asking for a set piece coach. I was like, that's wild. Like, why would you put? It's like where you advertise for jobs. Like, don't no one know a set piece coach in Blues. I thought that was wild. Don't know what everyone else thinks of that, but I thought it's fucking nuts, man. Yeah, nice one, Alan. Cheers, Nick from Non-Eating Blues. Alan Campbell and Gordon Taylor had a good throw in. What you going to say, mate? So yeah, it's ended Millwall 3, Blues 0. We go again. I think we just draw a line under this one, guys. You know, we've had a good run. It's always going to be tough. Norwich was a tough game, do you know what I mean? So if you'd have said to me you get 3 points out of them 2 games, I wouldn't have moaned. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have moaned. And then we're back at home against Middlesbrough. How we get the flag made, Nick. Dave does them, Blue Shadow. If you want a flag made, the thing what he said, but I will do it for you because you're proper in terms of like you've been with me from day dot and always out the channel. If you want a flag made, Blue Shadow, just let me know what you want made or what you want put on it. So it'll be similar to that one at the back. So it'll be in 4 segments, and you can just whatever colours you want. If you want blue and white, that one's obviously the anniversary thing. Just let me know. Yeah, get Stu as a set piece coach. I know, yeah, but it's not in it. Like, 'cause I thought we was going places. Like, when I seen that on LinkedIn, I was like, fucking hell, it's like going back fucking 30 years. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, them long throw-ins, man, up the snowboards. Yeah, nice one, guys. Thanks ever so much for joining me, man. I know it's been a bit of an unusual one, really, because I usually do it straight after the game, but you know, I wanted to come on and kind of talk a little bit about the game and get people on. So thanks for people what have called in, everyone that's liked the video, everyone what's obviously rang in and stuff. Top half finished this season. Anyone who said we'd go up is deluded. Yeah, that's where I'm at, mate. Yeah, more than ever, mate. More than ever. I just got to stick with it, man. Andy Leg, that's it. Yeah. Andy Leg had a throw it, didn't I? So, yeah, nice one, guys. Have a lovely Thursday evening, and I'll see you all Monday. If it's not Monday night, it probably will be Monday night, if I'm being honest. Because it's late, isn't it? By the time we get back, it's about 11:15. If not, I'll do one on the Tuesday night like I've done tonight. So, all have a great night and keep right.